Parents of Reddit, what's something that you think teenagers of Reddit need to hear? There's nothing wrong with not liking to talk to people as long as you're friendly. Don't force yourself to be talkative just because others want you to be. You'll still need to learn social skills like gauging trustworthiness, effective communication, and helpfulness. However, you don't need to force yourself to be talkative to be socially adept. You just have to be mindful. Learn to say no. If a request makes you uncomfortable, you can say no, even it's to family or friends. It's healthy to set boundaries and learn to respect others' people's too. Your body parts won't all grow at the same speed. Don't panic. Everything will probably even out. Probably. Me telling my teen self, don't let your emotions dictate your choices. The teen self, don't tell me what to do. If your parents are good people, you should try talking to them about your problems. Don't let embarrassment get in the way. As a parent of older teens, I'd like to offer a small bit of advice to parents of younger kids. Always volunteer to drive them places. Your kid might not voluntarily talk to you at home, but they will in the car. I have no idea why this is. I figured this out quite by accident. I'm certain smarter people than me know why. Their friends too. Their friends will talk to you in the car, and if you have a bunch of kids in the car, they'll almost forget you're there and you'll hear all kinds of things. So yeah, be the parent that they can always count on for a ride. I knew you were masturbating, I'm just not going to say anything. Shit. Your parents are just flawed people too. They are, mostly, trying their best, but will still make mistakes. It's okay to take some time to take care of your mental health. Nobody will hate you for it. Delete your internet profiles every few years. Your boss in 5 years does not want to see your shit from today, and we all post dumb shit. Google yourself and make sure those accounts are deleted as well. Your emotions won't be this intense forever, but they are real and valid. My parents always invalidated my feelings, too dramatic. It's just your hormones. You'll grow out of it. You don't know how good you have it. While on some base level they possibly were right. It didn't mean my feelings weren't real and intense in that moment. Allow yourself to feel what you feel, but don't wallow or feed the depression kitty. It does get better. If social media makes you feel shitty, just stop. It makes everyone feel shitty, even the people whose lives seem so much better and glamorous than yours. Chances are, they're posting that stuff to not feel shitty too. Remember, everyone is posting their greatest hits. Remember, everybody poops, even the girl posting glam pics from Greece. She probably pooped right before or after the pic. Point is, don't get wrapped up in that. Take a month or two break from social media and see how you feel. You don't have to go to college. And you also don't have to not go if you don't know what to do with your life. You'll figure it out. Maybe get inspired by your classes. And, as long as it will not launch you into a huge debt, it is okay to major in something you might not end up getting a career in. To an extent, college is more than career training. It's a much bigger learning experience about everything. People, the world, yourself. Don't dig a debt. Work very hard. Have lots of fun. And try to keep your eyes on a career path. But also absorb everything like a sponge. I hated when people told me, you won't even miss high school when you're older. I did, for a little bit. And now, I really don't. As important as it is as a state of your pre-adulthood, in the big scheme of things, it's just a tiny chapter, so don't get hung up on the mistakes you made or the drama you had. Appreciate the experience for what it gave you, and move on. Lastly, and where I go all old lady, please put your phone away in the car, even at stoplights. Just wait until you arrive. You may be super used to it, but it only takes 1 second of inattention to become potentially fatal. Someone just died in my neighborhood for this very reason. Sending a snap. It can wait. Teach yourself personal finance basics. Your school and maybe parents probably neglected this. If times haven't changed all that much. But, the internet is wonderful. You can teach yourself. Take an EDX or Khan or a Tunezu course. Learn the basics and start saving. Really truly understand student loans before taking them. And save. Saving sounds like something you have plenty of time for later, when you make more money. But tomorrow never comes. Learn and save now. That we love and care about them. I think we often get caught up in day-to-day life and forget to tell them this. To my former teenage self, when they say don't do drugs until your brain is fully developed, there's a reason, and you should listen. Cliques and high school mentality exist forever. Some people just never grow up. A lot of people try to glamorize high school and make you think your high school years are the best years of your life. For a lot of people, this just isn't true. It's okay not to like high school or to feel like you don't belong. You are not alone. It gets better. High schoolers deal with a lot of heavy shit. A lot of mental illness comes to light at this age, including depression and anxiety, but also heavier stuff. Many who struggle with these issues won't get help until years later. High school kids also deal with a lot of issues, like identity issues, bullying, pressure to conform, disputes with parents, the pressure associated with juggling work, school and life that often get better once high school is done. Hang in there, it does get better. That we miss you and we actually want to spend time with you. Not because of how you are our little boy, girl, but because we are in awe of who you are and want to get to know you better. So you know we love you unconditionally, but also that it's okay and fun to hang out sometimes. Soon you'll be leaving home. Time passes quickly, and we want to create as many good memories as we can for you so you can use them for when the world is not so kind and I'm not around to give you a hug. You're amazing. You've always been, and I know your life will be filled with ups and downs, but I hope the love we share reminds you that you'll always have a soft spot to land. There are lots of paths to a successful happy life, not just the one that involves straight A's and the Ivy League or other top colleges. Not a parent, but a teacher. Once you're 11 or 12 years old, you need to take daily showers, change your shirt, socks and underwear and wear deodorant every day. I'm serious. There's always one or two in every class. Procrastinating is like masturbating. You are only yourself. Be calm when arguing your point of view. Accept criticism. Shrug off the type of personal attacks and ad hominems that don't contribute to the debate. And don't measure how right you are by number of upvotes or downvotes. Just because you pop out a baby doesn't mean it'll keep your so around, and at times it'll make them break up with you. To that part. Just because you have the kid doesn't mean it'll unconditionally love you, especially when you're a shitty parent. These are things my idiotic friends had made when we were young. Choosing to get knocked up at a wrong time in life has shaken lives to rubble at points. Build good health habits now. If you're not already active, find a simple active hobby you can do. Take up Pokemon Go or take up bike riding or something. Also, learn how to cook some basic and healthy meals like chicken pesto pasta or fried rice. The healthier you are as a teen, the easier it is to stay healthy as an adult. My food options seem super controversial, like portion control and different recipes aren't a thing, but here's a recipe that's super simple, fairly healthy, takes about 5 to 10 minutes and anyone can do. Buy some bagged lettuce, or like 2 to 3 different kinds of lettuce if you can get the fresh stuff. Grab some olives or carrots or whatever else you like. Snag some feta cheese. Fry up a small amount of minced turkey. I get that everyone hates fried food, but again, proportions are key. Put lettuce in bowl. Slice up as much cucumber as you want. Add that to bowl. Cut up carrots. Add to bowl. Same with olives and extra veggies. Put in the small amount of turkey, like 100 grams is enough, and crumble a small amount of feta on top. Feta has a strong flavor, so you always need less than you think you do. It makes a really delicious salad that fills you up for hours. Turkey is also naturally flavorful when fried like that, so you can add spices or not and it's still fine. 1. Work on improving yourself and your interests now. It will set you up for more success later and likely will attract others to you. 2. None of social structure, drama shit is going to matter once you're out of school, so don't worry about what others think. You just do you. 3. It's completely legal for a teenager to buy all the equipment and ingredients to make beer. Just saying. Go ahead and be rebellious. It's part of growing up, but please be safe while you are doing it. Use the condom. Don't depend on your date for transportation until you know them. Tell someone where you are so we know how to get to you in an emergency. Keep your phone charged. Ask for help if needed. Don't smoke, do heroin, or get arrested. So doing heroin and getting arrested are two alternatives to smoking. Got it? As an older teen talking to my younger teen self, have some patience, you past self here. Don't tell me what to do. It's okay to not have a plan yet. Right now you have options. Figure out what you want. Every bill you get, every responsibility you add to your life takes away options. Eventually people have all these bills and kids and marriages or whatever, but it's all responsibilities that you are going to have. It might take a few years to figure out. No big deal. Just don't go buy that new car because you want to be cool. You just took away a little bit of freedom. Live free now. You have very few responsibilities. Do all the crazy dumb shit. Fail at business. We need more entrepreneurs. Do it and fail now. Because when you're 30 with a family and career and you didn't take that chance when you were a teen, early 20s, it will dig at you every day. But losing friends for sticking up for yourself is so much better than staying with them while they inject their toxicity into you and lead you down a very bad path, or constantly making you feel like absolute shit and is actually a great thing, and you'll thank yourself for it later on in life, trust me. When I was teenager I was going through a really rough patch where I felt I might have depression. I didn't know who to talk to, so I thought I'd ask my doctor about it. I told him I thought I might be depressed and asked if he had any suggestions on what to do. He laughed at me and said, "You're not depressed. You're just a teenager." I never went back to that doctor again, but I also didn't open up to anyone about the way I felt again. I went through a really self-destructive period following that, using drugs, alcohol, and self-harm to cope, and about to flunk out my school, which was one of the best private schools in the city. I was at a real low point, and one night when I was set on killing myself, my dog Snoopy convinced me not to and made me want to try and get better. I finally decided to try and get some help again, and after I did I wished I had done it sooner. My point is, don't be afraid to ask others for help. Wanting to better your mental health is nothing to be ashamed of, even if it might feel that way. Calm down. You don't need to know what you want to do with the rest of your life right now. Take your time and look at many different avenues. Don't emulate celebrity and influencers. Be your own person. Gain more life experience before considering children. Having a child when you're too young or inexperienced robs the baby of much needed stability and direction. An education, halfway decent job, and a general understanding of life is highly recommended. Source: became a father at a young age. No formal education. Had a $17K a year job at the time and was in an otherwise unhappy relationship with the mother. Note: she wasn't planned nor is she regretted. She forced me to grow TF up, step out of my comfort zone and land an actual job that can pay the bills. Wear sunscreen. I'm not a parent, but I'm 24 and I've always worn sunscreen. And it's crazy how my friends the same age who didn't wear all have wrinkles already and look much older than they are. Don't need to wear sunscreen if you never go outside. Just saying. If you want to go to college, see about getting it done with just as little debt as possible. 2 years in community college is a good if not ideal start.